Okay, so I saw this on Twitter, which color's taking it, so figured I would give my opinions on this and then kind of rank which order I would pick them in. So, after I thought about it, I definitely have to go with green. I mean, Scissor Control definitely resonates with people around my age range. I'm 23 for reference. With songs like 20 something, Go Gina is fantastic. Broken Clocks is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate what she did with Prom. That is literally one of my favorite songs by her. I mean, yeah, just so many gems on this album. Really great songwriting. Supermodel was a great moment on this album too. Like, yeah, there was a lot to like on it. And then Lemonade by Beyonce. Always been one of my favorite Beyonce albums, right? You know, Sandcastles, I was just talking to my friends about this today. They don't go up for the song, but I always really enjoyed that. It's probably one of my favorite Beyonce songs. All Night was great. I think it should have been the closer instead of Formation just because it wraps up the album really beautifully. Love Drought is a great piece on here. Sorry, Daddy Lessons, Pray You Catch Me was a mind-blowing opener. Very personal project for Beyonce. We don't often see that side of her, so I really appreciated it. Next up is Ariana Grande's Positions album. Y'all do a little bit too much on this album, if you let me tell it. I really enjoyed this album upon release. I love the title track. It's my favorite lead single that she has released. I think it's super catchy. I love the vocal layering at the end. Like, yeah, it was just a fun pop song, so I really enjoyed it. Not to mention, we had some other great stuff, like Obvious. I thought that was a really nice moment on the album. POV was definitely a vocal moment. On the Deluxe, Test Drive 8. So I wanted to give that one to 10s, Just Like Magic, 3435. Shut Up was such a great opener with all the strings and stuff. So, yeah, y'all do way too much on Positions. Ariana definitely 8. And then B-Day by Beyonce. I mean, this album was absolutely incredible. So, I mean, let's start there. That's one of my favorite Beyonce albums as well. And definitely top 3 album in her discography, if you let me tell it. Best songs on here, I absolutely love Kitty Cat. That song is just excellent. It really is. Freakum Dress is just mind-blowing to listen to. It's so much fun. Green Light, yup. She did her big one with Green Light. Just a very strong album overall. There's some gems on there. So yeah, I think Green just has the strongest albums overall. I don't get why they put 2 Beyonce albums in one category and then just, you know, switch it out with like another artist. But I mean, you know, that's why I'm gonna go with Green. Blue, I thought about it, but then it was like 1989 Taylor version isn't really my favorite, you know, for the Taylor versions. The original was superior in my opinion. Original is a pop Bible for me, so, you know, it's kind of out of contention with that. I haven't heard that lanadelrey album, so I can't, you know, confidently say that I would like it or that it would kind of sway me in a good position for this. Dangerously in Love I liked with songs like Yes, for example, Me, Myself, and I. Crazy in Love is a smash hit. Gift from Virgo is really underrated. People don't talk about that song, so I mean, I think that was a really good album for Beyonce. I like it. SZA SOS, hit after hit after hit. Kill Bill 8, I really quite enjoyed Ghost in the Machine with Phoebe Bridgers. I really like what she did with Gone Girl. That was something that really reminded me of Control in the best way. SOS's song is really good. People don't talk about that song, but she definitely ate with that. Seek and Destroy, Blind was absolutely incredible, etc. It's a great album. So, yeah, I'd say that it, you know, was a good category, but that's why I didn't pick it. So, with all that being said, I think that I'm going to put Blue at number 2. At number 3, I would probably go the pink category. I haven't heard Teenage Dream. I really need to listen to it because I want to do a video on albums that were carried by the singles eventually. And so I want to see if it was carried by the singles or not. I don't know. I hear conflicting opinions. I've never heard a Katy Perry album, as I already mentioned. Ariana Thank You Next is Grown on Me, but I have albums that I prefer of it. I think that Eternal Sunshine was better. I like Positions more, and Sweetener's her best album to me. But, you know, there's a lot of good songs like Imagined. I always really like NASA. Fake Smile is definitely something that grew on me, I would say. In my head was a great piece. I haven't heard that Doja Cat album, but I hear good things about it. And Taylor Swift, Lover. Y'all do a little bit too much on Lover, if you let me tell it, because this is a really good pop album. It was bloated, you know, we didn't need stuff like Me, for example, but y'all do a little too much on It's Nice to Have a Friend, because she said it's nice to have a friend, and like I said, you know, it is. So, you know, she did what she needs to do on there. For me, I love Miss Americana on the Heartbreak Prince. It's one of my favorite Taylor songs. I was going up for that before the tour. I really love that song. And Cruel Summer was absolutely incredible. Lover, the song. Afterglow is underrated. Daylight. Yeah, it's a good album. It's a good album for Taylor. So I will put that at number 3. At number 4, I'm going to put the black category. Why? Well, you know, let's just start left to right. Taylor Swift Reputation, if you've seen any of my videos, I'm just not very fond of this album. I don't think that it's a bad album. I think Taylor actually has no bad albums, but it was a disappointment. you know, because it came right after 1989. It really hasn't aged well. She's had better songwriting on other albums. I feel like it was kind of necessary for her to release with the Kanye drama and all this stuff. I just think that she could have went about it in a better way. Like, I think that even the album cover makes you think that the album's more interesting than it is. You know, a lot of people go up for this album. I don't know why. If you say it's a top 3 Taylor Swift album, that's when I stop taking you seriously, because there's no way that this album is sitting in contention with Red, 1989. I would also say something like Folklore, Evermore. Those albums are all better than this by a mile. Actually, I would say Midnight's is better than this, etc. So, you know, you guys just overrate Reputation. I don't get the hype, and I will just keep saying that forever, because the album is not that good. I don't understand the hype. And then Beyonce Self-Titled, you know, I think it's a good album objectively, but I realize Renaissance is to me what Self-Titled is to y'all. I respect what it's done for her career, and, you know, that's why albums are released on Fridays now, and her being experimental, and, you know, only Beyonce could really pull something like this off for the most part. A surprise release, and it was a cultural moment I respected. But as an album, I would rank it on the lower half of her discography. I know Hive gonna kill me, I know, but, you know, this is just, you know, my opinion in terms of what I'm re-listening to. It's just not up there for me, but, you know, I respect it. There's some great stuff on there. I really enjoyed Blow. Jealous was incredible as well. Yeah, this was a good album. Adele 21, carried by the singles. I don't care. This album, when I re-listened to it this past year, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I'm standing on it. There was a few good album tracks, but, I mean, just listen to this album without the singles if you never have, and then you'll see how much it's carried by the singles. I'm sorry, Adele has better albums. I think that 30 is her best album, and then 25, and then 21, and then 19. I'm ranking them in reverse order. 21 is overrated. I'm sorry, singles are great, but I'm not caring. They're really not. I haven't heard this Lana Del Rey album either. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So Green at 1, Blue at 2, Pink at 3, and Black at number 4 for me. Let me know what you guys think and how you would rank these albums, even inside of tiers. How would you rank these overall? I just thought that this would be really fun to talk about. But yeah, Green is clearing by a mile in my opinion.